I take my shirt off and now the hoes stop breathing. I take my shirt off and now the hoes stop breathing. Breathing, breathing. Stop breathing. When I was younger, my favorite animal in the whole entire world, out of all of them, there's like a lot, was a penguin. And I've been tried and true to that until recently when it's like only second now because baby chicks, but I'll make those its own video. I also learned about teacup dogs. I always thought they were baby dogs that have not yet grown up. I have recently learned that teacup dogs stay teacup size. That's beautiful. There's kitty versions, but I've always liked birds like a lot. Not in like a weird way though. I don't like big birds. I don't like birds that can talk. That's scary. I like birds that can maybe mimic something, like they can like dance, maybe sing a song. But talking is a bit extreme. Why do you want that? Crazy. But I'm gonna be showing off my penguins. I have this one I got from I got I got this from SeaWorld. Um, if I took a guess, I think it's from Florida. SeaWorld. I don't know if there's another SeaWorld, but I haven't been to California and I know that's where the other Disney World is. So if I'm using my brain here, I think it's from there. I remember getting him. I saw him in the store and I'm like, oh my god, it's a penguin. And he's wearing a little hat that says SeaWorld. It's beautiful memory. I haven't named him. He deserves better. I am not better. This is Waddles. And you might be like, why does he look like that if you've ever seen Waddles before? Um Bro looks like he's bro's got bro's thick, gang. Do you see that? Why is he what's going on here? I know what's going on here. It's actually to hold a phone. So if you put your phone on it, it like stays. If you saw that, it's like, oh my god, it's a phone stayer. Which is pretty cool. I think I've only used it like 5 times and I got it for like Christmas by my parents, but they got me it because they know I like penguins and they got me Waddles because I got the real deal, right? I got actual Waddles, right? And Waddles is special because this is like the first stuffed animal or like thing I've ever got. He's dirty. I don't know if he's ever been cleaned. This might be a health hazard, but I'm pretty sure this is the original one. And if it's not the original one, then I know where the original one is, and I'm going to be telling that story, but it unfortunately takes a dark turn because it is not in my possession. It is in a wonderful place. Yeah, I would think this is the original one. I remember bringing this to places, like inside, its like eyes are scratched up. So I'm pretty sure this is like old. It like looks not white anymore. Yeah, it's probably, it doesn't smell. So, I mean, not that dirty. I love him peeking out here. Oh, I want it to look like a cartoon where it's like right above him, it's like peeking out as well. Beautiful. So, as my friends sit right next to me, I'm gonna be talking about my last penguin. I had a big Waddles, right? I'm probably gonna get another one in the future just to like reminisce. But I had a big Waddles that might have originally been the original one. I wouldn't doubt it, but it might be this guy. The big one was a gift that I gave to my cousin when he was suffering from a very bad illness called cancer. And it was an unfortunate event, but I thought it would brighten up his day to give him my favorite stuffed animal. So I pulled up with Waddles and gave it to him, and I remember it. I remember it very fondly. He had a keyboard that he wasn't able to use anymore because he had brain cancer. So I had the keyboard. There's a plane that's up on the top shelf above my bed that's been there. that's also from his house. And then I got a little white polar bear that has a Superman logo because he always loved Superman. So when it happened, I was in like third grade and I still really loved my Waddle stuffed animals. These guys, if I'm being honest, were just around my room. They weren't really in places that are like special anymore, which is kind of unfortunate. But I've grown past that. But I've never like regretted that or anything. I've always been so happy that I did that, even though it was my favorite stuffed animal. And I've never replaced him. But W Waddles, you don't even gotta change his name to say W Waddles. It's already in there. W Justin, rest in peace. I hope Waddles is in a much better place. Thank you for possibly influencing my music love, my love for music. That would be beautiful. But I think I really like penguins because they look kind of like dumb. Well, the reason they're not okay. If you know about penguins, they're not great. They're low key kind of an L species. They do not good things to each other and like in general. So that's the reason they're not number one, right? I would still be in love with them if they didn't have horrible things they do. They're not a species you want to look up to in any way. So that's why baby chicks are number one because they're like innocent and they don't do horrible things that I know of, and they're so freaking cute. Then they become little duckies and they go wah, wah, wah. But it's like before that is when they're really cute. Penguins are also like the only bird that can't fly, and I think that's really stupid. I think that's dumb. I think not only do they look really funny, it's just really funny that they can't fly. Like, what you got wings for, gang? Like, I guess they can swim really fast and in cold water. They got no predators, which is crazy. If they had predators, they would be extinct because they can't fly and they have no arms. They have flappers. I remember some type of like show. I don't know if it was on YouTube or not. It was very long ago. Like almost like it could have possibly been 10 years ago. It was very long ago. But it was like a show where a guy lived with penguins. I know for sure it was not a dream. I remember I saw it on TV. It was this guy and he lived with penguins. And I remember watching that show being like, gang, I would do that. Bro, you do not want to live with no penguins. That's the last thing you want to live with. I would live with a lion before that, little tiger. But imagine like seeing a baddie, bringing her home, and she walks in and she's like, why is there 28 penguins in your living room? And you're like, I don't know. But that's not all. You know, you peek beyond the corner and you see this. You're like, what's going on? I got it from SeaWorld. Don't worry. Shut up. Me, not you. Um, Comment down below if you like penguins or not, or your favorite animal, and I might make fun of you if it's a bad one. So, future, sorry. Subscribe if you want more. I'm gonna make one about baby chicks and like ducks or teacup animals. But like the video too so it does well and more people get to see this amazing masterpiece I just created in the past 13 minutes. And then listen to my music. Blakey on all platforms. Blake with a Y. So if you know how to spell Blake, you're like 90% of the way there. How do penguins wave?